कहिले कहाँ बस्छु कहिले कहाँ बस्छु आज 5 रात भयो म बसेँ सुतेन छैन उनीहरू छ उनीहरू पनि के छैन घर बनाएर सकेको छैन मैले त्यो ऋण अब मैले कहाँबाट ल्याएर तिर्नु के बेचेर तिर्नु अब
सबै हाम्रो भएको जग्गा लागिहाल्यो अनि टाढा बनाउनुलाई पनि छैन अब हामी के गरौँ बर्खाभरिमा आज राति कत्रो त्यो हावा हुरी आयो यो टाढा उड्यो भने हामी कहाँ जाने भनेर त्यतिकै चिन्ता भइहाल्यो
Every year, Nepal faces different extreme weather events taking a significant toll on lives and livelihoods of the communities. This year, monsoon hit Nepal with a bang, dumping heavy rains in high mountains instead of mid-hills, a new phenomenon that perplexed climate scientists. Monsoon rains caused destructive landslides and floods across Nepal, killing 205 people and affecting over 1,600 families. Landslides and floods also damaged critical infrastructures such as lifeline roads, irrigation canals, and health facilities. During this monsoon, 113 flood events, 243 landslides, 312 heavy rainfalls, 72 thunderbolt events were reported throughout the country. The economic loss caused by monsoon-induced disasters amounted to about $5 million. The Himalayan river valley of Melamchi was particularly hit hard by intense monsoon rains. On 15 June 2021, a massive debris flood ravaged Melamchi, Helambu, and other villages across the valley. 5 people were dead and 20 more presumed dead. The Melamchi flood was caused by unusually extreme rainfall in the upper reaches of the valley. A meteorology station located 22 km north of Melamchi recorded over 110 mm rainfall on 12 June, the highest ever in the area where snowfall is common instead of monsoon rains.
Immediately after the flood of June 2021, we mobilized to the field. From our field insights and associated analysis of secondary data, what we came to the conclusion is this is a kind of cascading of multi-hazard event, and the trigger is not a single one, but there has been a continuous rainfall for the last several days, which has saturated the nearby landmass and caused the landslide at the first trigger, which blocked the river water flow and stored certain volume of water at least for half an hour as indicated by the information. Given the steep topography or steep slope of the Melamchi river, the water flew along with the huge amount of energy, which generated a lot of material by coating the banks and the bed of the river, not at a couple of locations, but to the entire river. Cascading of multiple events generated a large amount of the debris and which were deposited in the Melamchi and nearby area to a significant amount by aggregating the riverbed by up to 15 meters at most of the locations.
The Melamchi floods buried 178 hectares of farmland, destroyed 259 small businesses, and cut off rural communities for weeks.
बस्नलाई पनि अब अलि अब त्यो जोखिम ठाउँ भयो जग्गा पनि छैन खेत पनि सबै लग्यो घर छैन अब यतै पेट पाल्ने काम गर्नु पर्यो नि अब के गर्नु यो भन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ आफूले लगाउँथ्यो भने हैन अब यो भन्दा पछाडी आफै चाहिँ त्यस्तो गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था आयो
अकल्पनीय रूपमा इतिहासमै मलाई लाग्छ पहिलोचोटि बाढी पहिरोले चाहिँ त्यहाँको एउटा मानवीय र भौतिक संरचनाको हिसाबले हामी पूर्ण रूपमा क्षतविक्षत हुनुपर्ने परिस्थिति एकदम हाम्रो गाउँपालिका एउटा महाविपदमा बस्नु पर्यो हाम्रो बाटोघाटो हाम्रो कुलेसा बस्ने नागरिकहरूको घर त्यसपछि लगायतका व्यवसायीहरू त्यसपछि पुलेसाहरू सबै मोटरेबल पुल झोलङ्गे पुलदेखि लगायतका त्यसपछि लिएर सडकको हिसाबले उज्यालोको हिसाबले बत्तीको हिसाबले सबै संरचनाहरू स्कुलहरूदेखि लगायतका सबै संरचनाहरू क्षतविक्षत भएको अवस्थाहरू अहिले हामीले झेलिरहेको अवस्था छ
The disaster severely impacted Melamchi water supply project, adding to the water woes of the Kathmandu Valley. However, the loss from the Melamchi disaster was reduced because of timely communication and rapid evacuation. The government led the relief distribution and provided temporary shelters and managed temporary road network. The Melamchi disaster shows that the Himalayan region has already reached the tipping point of climate change. Experts say the 5-day rainfall in the week between 10 to 15 June is just a trailer of the tragic trend of monsoon that will result into devastating events in coming years. Loss and damage, as debated in the past few years in the negotiations, has to be well recognized and enter into the formal UNFCCC process as a standalone agenda. Financing for loss and damage is crucial for a country like Nepal to respond effectively. We can save our planet and humanity if we act together. Future is in our hands.